I are. Look.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, lovely,
Yeah.
lovely drugs.
That was good. How's Tunks? How's Tunks brew? Is it good?
Yeah, it was heroic. It was.
It's heroic.
Yeah.
Real cornerstone of your day.
Got lots
Yeah.
of hops, does it?
Sorry.
Got lots of hops.
Lots. Lots of hops.
Very hoppy.
I'm
Out the window of a 2-story house. Hops, kind of a.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll kick the door in.
Right.
Really nice. Well, welcome back, everyone. I'm glad you're still with us. If you're still with us, and if you haven't said hello yet on the chat, do say hello. Have we had any stuff come through on the chat, Operator Dan?
Hold please. Yes, we have. We at the very start I had some. I had some requests for. I asked people what their sort of shameful dinner was, and I'm just trying to find from the start. We had a brilliant one from Ferg, I think, that was something akin to like oh God, what was it? It was I can't remember. I'll have to Ferg, if you're still listening, please tell me what it is, because every so often the restream just completely blanks and I have to start again, and I couldn't find it. I was very upset, but it was no, it was a beef pot noodle and some Coca-Cola, which was just like a shameful roast dinner. That was how it was, how it was described. Oh, and tin tomatoes on toast as well was.
That's a shocker. That one.
It's like, what's the thing are you most willing to admit? And we got tin tomatoes on toast from Ferg. Thank you for or a Guinness, because a Guinness is a meal.
Yeah, that is very true. I think mine is still going back to Mr. Captain's Bird's Eyes. It's just literally 12 chicken dippers and some ketchup.
Yeah. Do you know?
Such a good dinner.
So, I said that Evie had got me a bottle of bubbles and some Ben and Jerry's for my birthday. She mentioned that she wanted to get me chicken dippers, hummus, and just pretty much every hangover thing that we mentioned on that episode, but couldn't find it on Deliveroo. I was like, that's genius.
Oh, babes.
These are the friends that you want.
Absolutely.
Lots of love for Arbor as well, including Mr. Rickard. Darren saying that it reminds a bit of Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
That'll be interesting.
Oh God. What have we done, Rob? Oh no.
I know. The best thing is, like, myself and Joe had a chat before this. We've been talking about character, and all the things I said, I was like, I kind of want him to be silly and like lighthearted and a bit mad. And already it's just like, oh, it's so dark. The street is so miserable now.
It's like what you said, was it, before? Everything you plan and then you do the voice and everything else goes out the window.
Yeah. Fuck.
We through that. Love it.
Yeah. So, but thanks for that, guys, and keep watching. And if you haven't, follow us and subscribers and all that kind of jazz. So I think we've just had this kind of like broken bottle scene kind of happen, and this note kind of appear from Arbor that he's managed to. I'm just going to leave the 4 and the 2 sleight of hand on the screen right now, as it was the least obvious note in the world to have dropped, which might have some repercussions for you. And of course, a lot of people have seen that, along with your great performance and the glass smashing. There's a lot of attention that was kind of brought to that moment. What it did for the street, we're not sure yet. I suppose we're going to have to find that out a little bit later on. But you said that you want them to meet them at, was it 3?
Third morning bell, like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. It's at night time. Great, so gives us the rest of the day to kind of play with. So I think the kind of the rites are kind of finishing as you're kind of looking at this piece of paper, or she. And what do you do with that piece of paper? Do you scrunch it up? Do you pop it in a pocket? Do you burn it?
Yeah, she puts it in a little pouch. She keeps around her neck.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of look to Jeremiah. Sorry, I tried to write Jeremiah on my notes. It's come up as Jemima. And I'm going, his name's not Jemima, Jeremiah. And he's like, well, I need to go and open up, I suppose.
You sure that's wise today?
Why?
Well, between the Blades sending letters telling people that we're not allowed to have a funeral, and this whoever this idiot is coming out and shouting his mouth off, getting bottles thrown at us, and dropping notes in the most obvious fashion, I'm pretty sure tensions are going to be pretty high the rest of the day.
Well, people still need things sharpening.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it helps when you don't have a proper abode. Can't get a letter, can you? So,
Thank you,
I'll see
Jeremiah.
you later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure. He sort of turns around. Oh. And he pulls out his own club and just rests it on the wall.
His own one.
His own, like just a club that he has. All right. He nods his head and kind of walks away. and you can kind of hear down the way, you just hear some guy, like a very faint clap. And it's like, right, it's okay. Put the table out there. Very nice, very nice. And you kind of look up the street towards number 9. And you can see that the whack are putting a table out.
Someone.
Patrick.
That's Patrick. It's kind of blown Pup's mind a bit. Okay. Maybe you should tell him about. Surely they know.
I don't know. Do you think we should even stay out on the street?
No.
Come with me then.
Okay.
Okay, they run off to see Colonel Patrick, Auntie Patrick.
Auntie Patrick. Right, so you kind of like want to run. So you walk down the road briskly, I think. But the stall is directly opposite the watchers, and you see the rest of them all laughing and joking away. And then they kind of like see the table and they're like, talking to each other. Point over, and you see Auntie Patrick like, oh, hello, sort of waving across the road at them. Would you like to buy a cake at all? Like, fucking cake? Well, why do I want to buy a fucking cake for? It's just like, it's for charity, of course. And they sort of see one kind of walk over, and everyone's like, yeah, go on, yeah. He like, walks over to the table. He looks across the table. Just as you guys kind of come into it towards earshot. So, well, they look like shit cakes anyway. And looks up. And Auntie Patrick's like, well, you can have your opinion, and I can have mine. And he's like, yeah. You're not supposed to have any festivities today. Yeah? And Patrick's like, well, this is a cake sale. We're here most mornings. I mean, usually you have to come inside, but we're always here. Doors always open. With the whack, of course. Now, would you like to buy a cake? There's plenty of lovely cakes here. There's a rock cake there that will break your teeth. Oh, hello, you two.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm just serving this gentleman here. Oh, sorry, what was your name? Okay. So, Tear. Sorry, what? Tear. So, I'm very sorry. Could you speak proper? Like, Tear. Oh, like skin. Yes, of course. So, yes. So I was just talking to my friend Tear here about the wonderful rock cakes that we have.
Mm.
I am terribly sorry about our good friend, Mr. Tunk. We shall mourn him very much so. Isn't that true, Mr. Tear? He's so upset he can't speak. Bless him. And then Tear looks across and looks at you two. I didn't think you'd have the guts to come out.
Well, we just can't resist these cakes.
Then you just hear from behind, yeah, they're fucking lovely cakes, them. As you see Alphonse sort of walk across the road. Some of the most beautiful cakes you can ever find, them. Oh, look at that. Is that lemon drizzle? Well, I used to make lemon drizzle. Now, Tear, fuck off. Sorry, yes, boss. Right, let's have a look. That's a nice bakewell tart. So, yes, it's a big well tart. Big few much. Right, they're nice cakes, these.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see Baggy around. Is she all right?
She's fine.
Ah, right. Sorry. I know it was a bad day and everything. Yeah. He kind of puts his hand in his pocket and pulls out a small bag. Puts his hand out. Jiggle jaggle. Huh?
There's a bowl that we've set up for donations for Tunk. It's over at Big
Oh,
Fats.
Mr. Tear. You come over here, please. Sorry, it's boss. Sorry. You drop that in that bowl over there for me. Do it nice and respectful, yeah? I'll cut your fucking ear off. She's like, yeah, boss, all right. And you can see him kind of wander down the street. He kind of wanders through, gets to about, I'd say, house number. Yeah, let's go just outside Mr. Captain's Bird's Eyes fishery. And then the blades sort of start moving forward and start walking towards him. And the other lads sort of start coming down from the side. He's like, whoa, 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 it's all right, lads. Just paying our respects, haven't we? Gotta be civil, gotta be nice. So, oh, you all right, boys? And he kind of puts his hand up and sort of waves to the blades. Alba, are you at the house? Are you inside the house? Or are you on the step?
I think I am on the step, making sure that these boys keep in line.
So you see them all get up.
And like, trying not to be too loud, but not too soft. He's like, stay fucking put.
Sorry. All right. Is it? You all right, Arbor? So I keep saying Arthur. I know, but I think it's Arbor, isn't it?
And he just kind of gives him a slow nod.
Well, he's a bit touchy, that one, isn't he? Well, I'll have some of that lemon drizzle. Looks lovely. I'll have a cherry bakewell tart. And yeah, go on. I'll have one of those rock cakes. His face goes flat. I heard they break your teeth. What? Was she?
I didn't say anything.
Well, I'm glad that we're still mates, eh? Your late hero declared his undying hatred of them lot over there. Didn't pop in to see me though, did you? That means we're friends.
Yeah. Tunk said that he didn't want to play by anyone else's rules anymore.
Oh. Nice. So he stopped being a cheater then?
Pardon?
Stopped being a cheater then, did he? Sorry. What?
I don't think he ever was a cheater in the first place.
Ah. Right. Yeah, you believe what you want to believe, yeah. Respect the dead and all that, yeah. Let sleeping tongues lie and all that kind of stuff.
We would like to respect the dead, but there was a edict against having a funeral.
Well, I heard about that. That was a bit nasty, wasn't it?
Wasn't very friendly, no.
No, it wasn't friendly at all. Luckily, it didn't come from us, because we're friends, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to have you know that I have got my best people on it. Trying to find out who stabbed our hero friend, Mr. Tunk.
That would be nice to know. There are so many rumours swirling around the street.
Well, I heard a lot of rumours. Some people said that even I did it. Can you believe that? I don't go to the fights. It's but a barrack, you know, too much violence.
Who do you think did it, Alphonse?
No idea. I don't want to be throwing around accusations in a tense time like now.
But that spyglass comes in handy though now, doesn't it?
You bet your fucking life it does.
Anyway, Auntie Patrick, we'd love a couple of slices of lemon drizzle as well. For the
please.
kids.
Let me get this. It's fine.
No, it's okay. We've got it. Thank you.
Suit yourself. He takes his box of cakes. It's a bit of a weak show for a festival of funeral, isn't it? Oh, well. Or she. Pups. Mr. Silent Arbor. He waves. See you soon.
And I'm guessing Snug tries to like raise his hand to wave, and Arbor just puts it down.
And so Arbor goes, Alphonse goes back through the door, and the door closes. Auntie Patrick sort of looks at over to you, Washi. You were okay?
I'm fine. Thank you.
It's okay to say you're not.
I would have liked to use some equipment that I was gifted the other day, but I know that's not wise.
Yes. It's not very whackish, you know. And you must be Mr. Pups?
Pups, yeah.
Mr. Pups. And they put their hand out to you.
Yeah, Pups just sort of does the same, but kind of puts their hand, I guess, around like one of their fingers.
Yes, that's very nice.
And like tries to act like an adult.
Yeah. It's very excuse me. So you wanted some scones? I'm afraid we haven't got any scones on the stool right now. But please come inside. I'm sure we have some scones.
Oh, thank you very much, Miss Patrick. Yeah, I'm going to go inside.
Auntie Patrick is fine.
Okay.
Kind of like Okay, and you go inside. The wax shop is still not really fully set up yet. By that means that it is absolutely immaculate in every single way, shape, or form.
Sorry, it's such a mess. It's such a mess.
And as she kind of sits you down, and then she closes the curtains, and they sit back down. This street is fucked.
Pups really tries hard to stifle a laugh.
Oh, you think that's funny, Mr. Pups?
It's just not what I expected you to say, Auntie Patrick.
Yes. It's a fear. Exactly the fear I warned you of, Cadet Oshi.
It might have had something to do with me.
Did you know anything about this, Mr. Pups? No. You did it in secret. Incognito.
It's better for them to kill themselves, to kill each other, than us have to do anything.
Goshi. If I'm baking a dozen loaves, one of them catches fire, I don't get to them quick enough. What happens to the other loaves?
They all catch fire.
They all catch fire, yes. This is a dangerous situation. We cannot be messing around. Pushing the flames this way and that. This street is terrified. Have you seen a street that has been fully oppressed before? Have you seen a street that loses its temper and lashes out? Lives will be lost.
Lives have already been lost.
Mr. Pups, please give me a name of somebody on the street. Someone you care about.
Why?
Let's take, for instance, your good friends, the kobolds across the street. Do you really think those children are strong enough to be in a place where food is difficult to get and violence kicks out onto the street? Even getting water from the well is a dangerous act. Now, I agree that this is a group that needs to be dealt with, but we must deal with this carefully.
I think you've described what the street's like right now.
Yes.
Everyone's been scared for weeks. They just haven't been willing to say it or admit to themselves.
Yes. So what do we need to do about it?
I say we take the fight to them.
Interesting. Out in the open?
No.
No, you'll die.
They
So
could
how
do what
would
they
you
did to Tunk.
Which is?
Stab them in the back and poison them. And they won't, and do it in a way so they don't know who it was exactly. So they have to start suspecting everyone, so they get scared.
So they just attack willy-nilly? No. Look, I was called here to help, not to give ideas. These people are strong. They just don't know it yet. Yes. Agnew makes shoes for horses every day. She has weaponry. She has strength. She has fire. Mr. Wickerman just down the street, he has chemicals for such things. I mean, even we have a false doctor who may be able to help us. We have strength here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
We need to build an army.
A secret army, maybe. What these people need is hope. And looking at the pair of you, you look fairly hopeless right now.
Yeah, well, I just buried my best friend, so...
Yes, and I have buried many. But we move forward. You hurt. Use that hurt.
We need to get messages round to everybody then.
Yes. How is the best way of doing that, do you think?
Everybody eats bread.
And everybody eats cake, I believe. You have a friend over at the baker, is that correct?
Yes.
Sorry, one of other cadets followed you there, so we assumed you might have a friend.
Yes, I do.
That is a weapon that we could use. But we must do this slowly. If this gets caught in the first instant, the whack will undoubtedly split from you. If you are caught. But if we become strong enough, the whack will be with you all the way to the end. Yeah.
I think we can do it.
She puts a hand into her pocket, pulls out two peanut butter and chocolate chip cookies, and puts them on the table. Yes? Slides them over to you. Have a cookie.
Oh, she takes a bite.
Ooh. Can you describe what this cookie tastes like to you?
Yes, it's like she's never had peanut butter before. She knows she likes chocolate, and it is almost like as she's eating it, her mouth is watering more because it can taste, and it tastes what's happened. Like she's never experienced anything like this. It's smooth, and it's like giving her a headache straight away because it's so sugary, and it's but there's crunchiness of the peanuts, and it's almost like she feels it through her whole body, and it's making her feel more hopeful because she didn't realize she would have access to things this nice again ever in her life.
Oh. It's nice, yes? Yes. Chewy yet crunchy yet delicious. Now, who is this twat?
Alphonse?
Ah, that's his name, Alphonse. Okay, good. I'd call him twat, yes. So, this twat, please. Who is he? Is he a danger?
Yes.
Yes.
He came to the street and we didn't even know he was here, did we, pups? No one did. And he appeared.
Out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. There was suddenly eyes graffitied everywhere, like painted everywhere. And then he threw this big party.
Eyes.
Yeah, for watchers, I think.
And she sort of like, kind of put her hand into her pocket, pull out some flour, just sort of sprinkle it on the table, and sort of draws a symbol onto the side. It has a kind of an element of eye about it. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, it has sort of an element of an eye about it, but it has also like a cog that's sort of surrounding the eye,
Mm.
and there's sort of sprigs that are coming away from it. And she's just and they're like this.
And is it similar to the ones we've seen?
So the eye section is,
Mm-hmm.
but the rest of it is new.
Well, without the cog and everything else.
Interesting. So this is the symbol of the Xanathar's Thieves Guild. The Beholder, also known as the Watchful Eye. But it's confusing that they would take on or allow this eye to be taken as another sigil. Maybe there is a connection there, I'm not sure. But if it is, Xanathars are a dire and evil force. One far too strong for us, even at the whack. Maybe they are some sort of offshoot, maybe? Or simply trying their luck. So, do you have a way in with Alphonse?
We did. I might have just ruined it.
Oh, at the stool? How are you with calligraphy? I suggest a letter, apologizing for your actions. Maybe it's you're feeling so emotional. This is usually said for us. And that you apologize for your actions or the words that may have been hurtful at the store. It might be worth to find out what they know. Mr. Pups, how liked are you in the street?
Not very.
Do more to be nice. Carrying
Why?
water, bringing people drinks, food, opening doors, maybe fixing something for someone. Make it public. Be loved. Can you take a kicking?
Yeah.
Good. That's for another couple of weeks.
I don't understand.
This is a war of hearts and minds. At the moment, you or she are loved because of Tunk. You pups have sympathy because of Tunk. But you are still not particularly liked, Mr. Pups. So it's time to build that. And then we lay on some more sympathy. Oshi understands what I mean by that. Maybe you can explain to him later. But we need to build this army. This is a guerrilla army. 1,000 knives coming out of the shadows, and I have no idea where it's coming from. I have some friends in the City Watch. I'll make sure that they do not come down. But from now, it is your operation, Oshi. I shall step away, unless you need me.
Would you still be on the street?
I will be here. Have you had any way of being able to communicate with the Blades? I know that you severed your communication.
Tunk did that. There is an opportunity has arisen. Whether it's one we actually trust, I don't know.
When and where are you meeting?
3 a.m. behind big fats.
I'll have somebody hidden.
Thank you.
So, oh, Mr. Pups, you haven't eaten your cookie.
I'm not hungry.
I'll wrap it up for later. They pull out a hanky and wrap it up. And as they wrap it up, you notice that they have a black band on their arm. There you are. Habit another time, maybe.
Thank you.
Run along. It may start to look suspicious. Ah, of course, scones, wasn't it? They got hands you like a box of like a dozen scones. And kind of as they kind of open the door, they start going, of course we should put scones on the stall. Such a silly idea not to do so. Do you enjoy?
Thank you.
Thank you for the scones.
Of course. My apologies. And my love and affection.
Thank you.
And then as you come out, you notice that there's a shop across the way. It's Birkin starts to like, you just see the sign go open on the other side. As shops begin to start opening, there's not a lot of business, but the doors are starting to open. And anyway, you guys want to go now? If not, we're going to jump to 3 a.m. if you guys don't want to do anything.
I think unless Gabs, you want to go somewhere else, I think before that happens, I think Pups is going to go and tidy up that broken glass.
Mm-hmm. Real nice. Yep. So we kind of see you kind of go up back to the house, and then you come back down, and you put this brush on your shoulder. Anybody else who's watching would be able to kind of say that it would look almost like a march. As you kind of march right down the center of the street and begin to sweep up. Arbor, it's like right in front of your house, or right in front of the Blade's house. As you see Pups kind of walk up. You've got like 4 people around you. One of which is Stugs.
He's quiet in watching Pups and seeing what is his next move. But he turns to the rest of the group and shoots them a don't fucking say anything look.
Okay. Is that going to be, what's that, intimidation? Or?
Yeah, I guess it is intimidation. Go on, why not? 16.
Ooh.
And they just sort of stoically watch. You hear one of them turn to the other one and go, missed a bit, you know. Okay, watch it.
Do you reckon I heard it?
It's very, very quiet. They were trying to be quiet for Arbor, so they'd very much doubt that you would hear it.
Cool. And as Pups sort of tidies everything up, sort of brings it all into the center, and sort of unwraps the bag of the cookie and just scrapes the broken glass into the cookie bag. Just wraps it up, and sort of without even looking at the blades, just picks up the brush, marches off, and then where would wouldn't be any bins, would there?
No, you meant to be swiping it to the side or down an alleyway or doing something along those sort of lines.
Yeah, I think getting rid of it and then just finding a place to sort of dispose on it and the bag outside in the back alley, and then getting off the street.
Nice. I think Yeah, you kind of come over to you kind of go to one side of the street. Let's go actually. Yeah, you walk across to where the barber's is to Mr. Follicles.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Mr. Engrown Follicle, and he's as the door kind of opens, as you're sweeping up, the door kind of creeps open, and he sort of comes out with the sack, and then pops it down on the ground, and then he gets out his own brush, and he starts brushing it up. He's, I'm sorry, you missed a bit.
Thank you. I will. I'll go back and do it.
No, I've got it. Don't worry. Sweeps up. So it helps having a brush that's for beard and for hair. You see, gets rid of all that the crooks and the crannies.
Yeah, I had a little brush. I don't know where I've put that though. Maybe.
Why did you have a little brush? You
Um,
clearly can't. And he grabs hold of your chin and sort of turns your face like this. Sort of strokes your face. You certainly don't shave. Not yet, anyway. Bing! And he pulls out your one beard hair.
No, I don't. But when I do, I will make sure that I will come to you.
Please, I need the business. Especially with the taxes as they are.
For the
Taxes. He winks. And then his eyes kind of shift backwards towards Mr. Arbor. And back down to you.
Of course, we all must do our bit for the upkeep of the lane.
Yeah.
And the services that are provided.
Sometimes sweeping. Sometimes cleaning and helping. Sometimes stopping violence. Yes.
Yes.
Morning, Mr. Arbor.
Good morning.
Are you going to come in for your morning shake?
I'll be in later.
Yeah. Good day, Mr. Pups. And you see this little gnome sort of wander off. As you see Engrown Follicle kind of go into his barber shop.
Have you come down? Has Arbor come down?
No, still across the street. He's kind of waiting for you to leave before he does anything.
Do you want to do an insight check, Pups?
Yeah. Four.
Yeah, cool. You don't get that feeling of like he's waiting for you to leave.
Mm. It
Yeah.
takes
Carry on.
it takes everything. Hearing that voice, it takes everything Pups has to not turn around and tries to calm himself as best he can. Just starts thinking of bells and cobblestones and walks home.
As the sight of Pups leaving, before we fast forward to 3 a.m, Arbor kind of slowly nods and then turns to face the 4 kind of thugs that are with him from the Blades. Right.
I am going to make this as clear as possible. If I see or if I hear of any of you vandalising or disturbing the site where Tunk Bloodstone is buried, I will gut you like a fucking fish. Is that clear?
Use imitation from the base.
Nine.
Like, kind of stand there and Snugs leans forward and it's like, close, boss, close. The other two sort of lean forward. How much?
These are Mars orders.
Yeah. How much? Not tell her about the note.
You don't know what was in that fucking note. You fucking tell her. But right now,
All right.
I'm above you.
You passed the note. So, what people we could be called is blacklisted. You passed the note. Arba. You might be my boss, but I'm questioning you now on the street. I'm doing it quietly. I'm asking for coin to keep my mouth shut.
And I am reminding you that whilst you work for the Blades, you are going to have to follow my orders. If you want to go to Mar, then I will have to deal with her. But if she sides with me, then your head will be rolling down this fucking road.
Yeah. I get the logic. But calm down, yeah? I get logic. As he's not fussed by your threats anyway. But he understands the logic. He suddenly has a thought of like, maybe that note is from Mar, and maybe he's not supposed to know about it because it's past his pay grade. But you do mark this conversation.
Absolutely, yeah.
As there is something, you just may have lost something here. You're not sure what it is.
I think that there has been a lot of new blades recruited recently.
Oh yeah.
A lot of young hotheads, real young bloods, bloodthirsty. And I imagine that these two lads are two of those boys or girls.
And so you kind of look to the side to Snugs. And Snugs, like that, bang, hand against the throat of the other guy. And he slams him against the side. And he picks him up with one hand. Sorry, boss. Was it questioning something? Was it?
I believe he was, Snugs, yeah.
Oh right, yeah. You know what the standard is for that? And it's like, what? Right. So what you usually do, yeah, put wax in your ears and a bit of string. I set light to it. And we let it burn through your ears, yeah, all the way down to your death. Do you want that? But we're not going to do that, are we, boss? We don't want that, boss, do we?
No, of course we don't want that, because they're going to fall in line.
Yeah. You kind of play. Oh, yeah. It's like, puts him down. There you go. Yeah. He like tightens himself up. There you go. So, that's better. Let's straighten your shirt for you.
We are only as strong as the blades that we carry on our waists. You respect the chain of command.
Yeah, boss. It's like, yeah, boss. Yeah, boss. Yeah. All right. Says Snugs.
And that's all he does.
That's the sort of the night kind of day kind of goes through sunset.
I think if I could just have one before we go on to there, I think I've just been thinking about it as sort of Pups sort of goes to walk home, swings a left, out of Blackstar Lane and maybe goes a couple of roads across, goes into like a dark alleyway, sees if it can find like an upturned table or something like that, and just pulls off the table leg, puts the bag down, and absolutely just wails on it. Like all of the feeling, all of the emotion, all of the crushing, all of the like the overwhelm thing of today just goes into that until this bit of wood is like that long and his hand is streaming tears and sweating, and just all that frustration is just comes out in that dark alleyway where he thinks, or at least hopes, that he can't be seen by anyone that he knows, and then goes home.
Cool. We're going to cycle through as we get to about 2:30 in the morning. And you guys, are you guys going to make your way over?
Yeah.
As you kind of like, you're sort of together for a little section before you go. And you got a little bit of time beforehand. So you're kind of there. And Arba, you're preparing to kind of leave the Blades household. Which door do you go out of, Arba?
I think I'd go out the front. I think it's not uncommon for me to leave the building, even if it's late at night. So I go out the front, but I am trying to be quiet.
Cool. Can we do a perception check, please?
12.
Cool. And can we do a stealth check, please?
17.
Okay. So you kind of sneak out the front. There's only a couple of low levels that are on the door. As you kind of come out, do you go straight there?
No, I think I do a long loop.
Okay.
I do a long loop, checking to see if I'm followed. And eventually, I'm trying to almost like do a long circle instead of crossing the street and going behind Fats. I'm trying to like turn around the Blades building, walk back a couple blocks, then down towards the docks and back all the way around that way.
Mm-hmm. So you do notice the same person on a couple of turns when you kind of look back. But you do manage to lose them on your little turning and little moving around, but you do lose them in the end as you kind of make your way across more directly towards the behind Fats. And you guys are in the flat and you're kind of just about to go.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything you want to talk about before we go over?
I don't trust him.
Of course not. I've got darts.
I'm just... Do you remember when it used to be just us?
Now it is just us.
But it's not just us, is it? It's just... I hate all this game playing. I hate this having a fit. I feel like I'm being bent up and twisted by everyone. Why can't we just get what we want, Oshi?
That's what we're doing.
How?
You have to play the game to win, Pops. So we play, and then we win. It's easier than you think. Just concentrate on the task in hand. Don't think about anything else. Don't let any other thoughts or feelings creep in. You have to push them all the way down. We're going to have to do things we don't like, but that's life.
When did you start listening to other people?
Who have I been listening to?
Alphonse, Auntie Patrick.
Pops. It's called playing the game. I used to go to parties every other night and make people feel like I was listening to them. And then you go into their private quarters and you take everything from them. It's called playing the game. It's easier than you think.
Tired of it.
We've only just started.
I'm still tired of it. But I will stick to the task in hand.
Okay. So you guys kind of leave. Do you guys go straight there, or do you take a few back streets?
Yeah, a few back streets, I think. But Jack and Pops.
Yeah, stealth it up.
All right, cool. Let's do a stealth with advantage from Pups, and stealth is normal from Oshi.
I guess I'm city streets in it, going around all the little back
That's
alleys.
my fault.
10.
That's a crit, baby.
That's a crit. Nice.
When
Okay.
I run out of beer.
So, so Oshi, could you do a perception for me as well?
13?
Okay, cool. Yeah, you make your way around. I think Pups takes you on the most convoluted route you have ever felt. Again, you do see somebody that you think is following you, but you manage to lose them.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure who they are, though, but you manage to lose them. As you kind of turn up at this behind Big Fats, this kind of like it's actually quite close to where you've just buried Tunk. That's just on the other side of the shop. Behind, it's still got that blackened like street from the flames itself, and there's like a small corner the other side there. Who gets there first?
I think that Arbor's there first.
Cool. Okay. So let's get you. So I think Arbor, you're.
And can I do a stealth roll?
Yeah.
To be hidden from them to begin with.
Yeah, sure. So we'll do a stealth versus perception when they get there. All right. So let's do stealth.
14 is my stealth.
Right. Okay. As you try and hide away in the corner somewhere. And then Pups and Oshi, you sort of turn up. Could you do a perception for me? Both of you do a perception.
Ah,
Beans.
20s.
Just got seen.
Yeah, so you get seen in the corner.
Can
But you don't know that you've been seen in the corner.
Yeah.
yeah. Can he see us?
Yeah.
What are we going to say, Gabs?
Well, I don't know. Oshi whispers to Pups, an innocent man doesn't hide.
So how do you respond to that?
Me?
No, Pups, because you were about to say something, and I was like, "What are you going to say?"
Yeah, sorry. I think Pup just walks right up towards Arbor. Just doesn't make any attempt to not be seen.
Yeah, same with Oshi. Says, hello.
Spent a long time in this game. It's a good thing you got eyes about you.
And then Arbor starts to unbuckle his knife with the holster still on it.
Mhm.
And he drops it in front of him.
I'm not here to hurt you. That's the only weapon I have on me. You are welcome to check.
Anybody else with you?
Not unless I've been followed, but I'm fairly sure I'm alone.
Pups is going to do a quick perimeter.
So Perception.
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah,
safe.
man. Safe as houses.
But looks really stoic about it. Like, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you remember when?
In fact, Pubs, you're so certain that there's nobody here. You're a little bit scared because you think that the person from the whack isn't here either, because there is no one that you can see. So you're a little bit on edge.
Okay.
Do you remember when Arfa ran the blades?
Yes.
Well, I do. We had a code. Honour. Not only amongst thieves, but also amongst the residents of this small area that we are chosen to inhabit. He raised me, Arfa, even though I was not his own. This would not have happened if he was still alive. And why I told you earlier that not all of us agree with the actions, I need you to know that you are not safe if you are out and doing things in public. I liked that dwarf. Bloody played I Spy with him many times in the pub. Always won.
Actually, you have a feeling there's more to push in this.
What did he
Like-
always pick?
No, just more to push in this like guy of like coming to tell you that you're safe. It's like that you're in trouble on the street. It's like, yeah, we are. You talked about this on the street before.
Yeah.
There's more that you want to kind of get out.
Mm.
So something that you know better than anybody else at this table is how to spot somebody who wants to do more than what they're saying.
Listen, I could get fucking killed for being here.
Apparently so could we, so make it quick. We've all got beds to go to.
Right, okay. I want the blades to be restored to their former glory, to be respected amongst this community, and not to be run by a fucking lunatic and her son. And I think you might be able to help me with that.
We're not hitmen.
I'm not asking for you to be hitmen.
We're also not going to save the blades after what you've done.
We didn't kill him, you know,
How do you know that?
because I'm pretty high up the chain, and I would have been told.
So you think? Just said she was a lunatic.
Yeah, well, she doesn't handle everything. Something like this would have been passed down.
They still injured him and made a fool of him.
I
And
agree.
have made a fool of all the people on the street.
I agree. Look, I'm asking for your help. And I do not expect you to like me. I do not expect you now to trust me. But this street is days or weeks away from imploding. And I do not want more blood on this road.
She looks at Pups and then back to Arba. How do we help?
If I were to pass certain information to you when or if it comes up, I need you to make Ma or Billy look fucking stupid for their actions.
And then suddenly, an arrow sticks against a wall next to you. And you look up at the wall and you see that there is a person sort of stood on the wall. And they go, and they're sort of telling you to run now. As you kind of look at each other and you start to hear footsteps sort of coming around the corner.
Arbor quickly picks up his blade and puts it back into his waist.
I lead. I go to the spot that we crawled through in the first place and look at Archie.
Archie follows Pups.
Arbor goes a different direction.
Okay, so but you come around a different corner and bang, you pump into one of the blades. Oh, bang. What are you doing out here, Arbor?
None of your fucking business, son. What are you doing around here?
I don't know. She's done my patrol, isn't it? Like, thought you were inside. I didn't think you went out at night.
Yeah, well, I usually go out sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Tasha said that you'd be inside, and then when she tried to find you, she couldn't find you, so she asked us to come and look for you.
Right, well, were you on patrol, or were you looking for me?
A little bit of both, isn't it? It's one. What's the word? What's the word, Chuck? And Chuck's like, 2 birds, 1 stone. It's like, there you go. So that's what Chuck says.
All right, well, you found me. What's the
Right.
problem?
Tasha wants you back at the house.
All right.
And he just marches straight past them and goes towards the house.
He's a bit of a fucking Barney, isn't he? So, yeah, no. And they kind of come round the corner and they see this arrow sticking out of the wall that you were. Okay, and I think we're going to kind of fade to black on that arrow for today. Well done, guys. Hit your first meeting with a new character.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit dodge.
Extremely dodge, yeah.
Yeah. It feels as if there's some sort of tensions kind of going on when on the street. I think, like, we're starting to kind of feel that maybe the more time you're outside, the more dangerous it is. So might have to work out a way of either see if we can kind of move you inside a little bit more, or if these meetings need to be a little bit more fleeting and a little bit faster, I think, because otherwise I'm going to start attacking you in the street. All right, guys. But well done for today. I think we've started a new chapter of Blackstar Lane now. I hope everybody at home has enjoyed it and sort of set a new setup of what's going on. But if you, as usual, I will always say keep playing games, keep playing role-playing games, and of course keep safe at all times. Big love.
Big love.
See you guys very, very soon. Okay, bye.